My name's Dominique Frissard, and I'm born in Australia, and I grew up here for the first 10 years of my life. And I moved back here in 2008. And I'm moving my music now under a moniker, Wing and Bone. I don't think there's anything to be gained from going back. That's just my belief about us evolving through certain times as humans and as societies and as a world, you know. And I don't like labels on things, but ways that we have developed our culture and our society exist, you know, and lots needs to change, and lots is wonderful. So I was actually watching Mad Men, and I was thinking about the post-war era, and of course, a lot happened for women. A lot was lost, a lot was annihilated. But there's this acceleration in everything we've had since World War II. I was just watching it and just thinking the way they treat the women in that show, and that is you know, it's a drama, but it's roles the way they've been played, and actually played out in society. And I was just reflecting on that and reflecting on the fragility that creates for men and for everyone. Ani DeFranco says it best: two halves of divinity trying to make harmony with one voice. And that's kind of what I was writing about. That's all.
Your mother and her mother before her are at the mercy of the worst kind of men. The daughters and the ones that come after will be figuring it all out for them. And you and I may look like our fathers, we may look like some ancient kin. We'll be breaking our own hearts for to heal them. There's no such thing as original sin. Now you're waiting for a light out of heaven, waiting for the sky to turn black. They still want you doing all you waiting on your back. 50 years is not a long time when you're thinking about rebuilding a world. The boys were done redrawing the borders, they set about to redrawing girls. Made you whores if you took any pleasure, made you ugly if you cut them no slack, made you fight for the right to be human. You get too close, it's beating you back. Now you're waiting for it all to be normal, for the big glass ceiling to crack. They still want you doing all the way on your back. Hate to say it, it's business as usual in the big bad scheme of this world. 'Cause roads are still the roads that the men built. They didn't put them there for women and girls. And I cry when I think of unlearning all this learning that we need to undo. 'Cause we're never gonna know what it would look like if it was all rebuilt by you. They still got you waiting on the face of a cover girl, and a body that they want to attack. They still want you doing all your waiting on your back.
You listen to my songs and think I'm a little bit nostalgic, but I'm not a nostalgic person. I love to play homage to the past, and I love to revisit it in song, and I love the things I've done, but I don't want to go back anywhere. I just want to go forward. But I've actually been a little bit nostalgic and really thinking about the pre-digital and the pre-internet era and what it was like to promote music and make music and go out and play music on the road before the internet. Because the internet and just all the airwaves right now are exhausting. There's one photo that I have. I'm sitting in a line with some older gentleman with a violin. And this one I was just starting to play. I hadn't performed yet or anything. And the girl, Amy, with a flute. And we're playing a song, I think one of my songs, or maybe we might have been playing Wheat Kings. And there's this great photo of us sitting there playing. And so it refers to that, you know. I'll take the middle and you play the fiddle and jam along, Amy.
Amidst of these icons of the mighty and high, I'm scoping incandescent virtue with an optimistic eye. And my ears are burning and I'm breathing on the glass and etching in the steam something like, hey, I'm here. Life offers herself to me. I look her up and down and say, I'll come with you when I'm ready to go. But I haven't yet digested all the time that I've invested. I can't conquer my ambition when I'm down so low. And I'll take the middle and you play the fiddle and jam along now, Amy, on your flute. And in a little while we'll be winding through the long sweeping corners out of here. Flatter me with banter while your other half sleeps, then come to me for answers as she wanders off and weeps. Forgo your adventures on this side of the globe, living in the folds of her life back home. And I'll take the middle and you play the fiddle and jam along now, Amy, on your flute. And in a little while we'll be winding through the long sweeping corners out of here. Here. I didn't ask for anything, I just kinda figured we'd be sitting around the fire, shooting the breeze, planning on the things that we never done, and voicing all the rage of the unfortunate ones. Our beers and pissing in the bottles, paying our tolls and rattling through potholes, commenting on the greenery of the aging urban scenery, and coming in common to the end of the road. And I'll take the middle and you play the fiddle and jam along now, Amy, on your flute. And in a little while we'll be winding through the long sweeping corners out of here. Out of here, out of here. A little road song.
I used to always write songs. I've always written songs in like 20 minutes, almost done, just maybe a few little tweaks, and I've felt like they're right. It just needs to get the playing and the singing right. And those songs, like you'll hear a lot of artists describe them as a magical experience. And I don't know if the songs are that great, but I've been blessed with a lot of those where it's just like, whoa, you just come out of this fugue. Life's changed a lot, and It took me like a year to write that song, but every time I revisit it, I just zoom into the vortex again, and a couple lines come out, and I'd strum a bit, and then go do what I have to do. I got kids and work and house and all that stuff, but it came off, and I was just remembering the coast in Australia and a few people, and I think I played it today. My sister's supposed to be here right now, and she can't come and visit me from Australia, and so just remembering the driving and the doing over there.
Bridges burn, tables turn. We take what we learn and we go back home. We turn our well-worn boots toward hearty stews and the latest news. We find we're not alone. We do the things we must to earn some trust as we lay to dust all we thought we knew. When we go driving down the old Pacific Highway to try to find a back door to the sun, where all the quiet places we knew back in high school have been overrun. Find your old lost friend and you make amends. You see it through their lens and your colors change. There's over around door two at a curbside view. You talk the decades through and put it all away. Later lying in your bed, alone and with your head, there comes a thought you'd had 100 yesterdays. You'd go driving down the old Pacific Highway to try to find a back door to the sun, where all the quiet places we knew back in high school, they have been overrun. There was a friend of mine, she had a voice so fine, she make the stars align, you couldn't look away. When we're talking now, she's even more somehow. I got no way to tell, she still sings today. She goes driving down the old Pacific Highway to try to find a back door to the sun, where all the quiet places we knew back in high school have been overrun.